Thursday morning, the 24th of October. Good morning, everyone. This morning's devotional is a reading from James chapter 1, verse 5, and it reads, "If any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him." What do you do when you have a problem? Not a small one, but a pretty big problem. What do you do and you don't have an immediate solution? Well, you might be like a lot of people that say, "Hey, don't worry, it's a story of my life. That's all I ever do is problem solve and deal with problems." Problems come in all shapes, sizes, and dimensions. And there are always people that are attached to the problem in one way or another. Someone caused the problem, and you are the one who has to fix it. So what do you do? Well, today I'm going to share with you 3 of 6 guidelines to help with problem solving. So firstly, the first thing I do is when a problem lands on my desk or in my lap is I pray. And sometimes I often admit my prayer goes something like this: "Lord, I've got a problem. Please help me deal with this and find a solution quickly so that I don't have to spend too much time on it," and then get on with it, kind of thing. We tend to overlook waiting on God for solutions and answers. Now, you may even ask, so does praying ever help? Well, it helps you, as you're the one who has to solve the problem. And often in prayer you yield the anger that confronts you, or even the frustration of having your day and your space and your time invaded with this in-your-face problem. And none of this came as a surprise to God, because he knew that on this day, at this time, you would face that particular problem. So if it doesn't surprise God, then you should know that he already has a solution for you. You just need to ask him for it. The second step in problem solving is to face the issue and look for all the possible solutions you can see. This often means pausing and thinking. Stop what you're doing and then start thinking about the problem. Also make notes of the solutions that come up and then weigh up the consequences of each solution. You need to calm your farm. My daughter always tells me, "Daddy, calm your farm." So you need to calm your farm. Step away from it. Take a day or two. It doesn't help making a decision when your blood pressure is 310 over 1 million, for example. That's not good. So step away from it. Pray about it and put it aside. Get on your bicycle and go in the mountain. A great source of relief. Chopping off heads and telling someone what is already obvious is usually a poor solution. It makes a bad situation even worse. The third step is to do some research and investigate. So instead of gossiping about the problem, rather speak to a trusted friend and ask them, how did you solve this particular problem when it arrived in your house or in your office? And in spite of what we may think, you are not the only one who's facing that particular problem. You see, problems are not you. They just change their area code, their postal code, and they put on a new suit or a dress, and they flop around from company to company and person to person. Nothing in this world really changes. If you have a look at a timeline and go back through history, you see everything is pretty much a cycle and it gets repeated. So my dear friends, those are the first 3 of 6 guidelines to help problem solving. Tomorrow morning I share the next 3. So may the Lord be with you, may he bless you, may he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.